Hello everyone, I welcome you back into another episode of the Fantasy Fans Talk, and I hope you guys are all doing well. So game week 25 is just left with 2 games for us to get into the game week 26, and I believe you all know right now that game week 26 is a double game week, meaning there are teams that are going to be playing more than just one game. And here at the Fantasy Fans Talk, we just want to look at how best to use our chips as we get into game week 26. To start with, we are going to be looking at the teams which are having the double game week, and that is Man City, Burnley, Sheffield, Crystal Palace, West Brom, Fulham, Liverpool, Wolves, Leicester, Aston Villa, Manchester United, Everton, Tottenham, and Chelsea. So when you look at this, what does it tell us? It simply shows us that in game week 26, most of the big games, most of the big teams are going to be playing. By now, I believe almost everyone, all the biggest percentage of managers have more than 3 players for Man City, more than 2 players from Manchester United, more than 2 players all from Liverpool, Chelsea, Tottenham. And so let us just try to look at how best to use our chips for game week 26. So to start with, if we look at the wild card, which can change everything and continue with it for the season. When you look at the wild card, the argument I have with it is that since most of the big teams are playing and most of us have already players for most of these big teams, it simply means that the wild card here may not be called for, because even if you go for a wild card, you would simply bring in players that you already have on your team. For example, for me here at the Fantasy Fans Talk, I have players from Manchester City, 3 of them, have 2 players from Manchester United, I have players from Leicester, from Liverpool, from Burnley, meaning I don't really need to get into wild carding, and I believe there are a lot of managers who may rush into wild carding, and I don't really find it called for here. The other chip is the free hit. Yeah, maybe there are those managers who feel like I have players from say Burnley, because Burnley had the double game week the previous like two game weeks ago, and it really performed well, having a clean sheet on one of the 2. And at the moment, you find that Burnley is playing Leicester and Tottenham, and the chances of Burnley getting up with a clean sheet and even their strikers perhaps striking is very low. So maybe that person can feel of, in case you have the free hit, yeah, maybe that manager can go for the free hit. My argument with the free hit and the wild card, since it's almost the same thing, it changes the team, just that for the free hit you don't continue with the players for the season. My argument with it is that maybe if at all you have players and you feel like these players still are not going to perform very well in this game week, then you can go for the free hit. But as I told you, you should always try to search ahead of what we have, ahead of the game weeks that we have. Yeah, so when you try to look around and you look into game week 29, you find there are going to be very few teams that are going to play. So if at all you can keep your free hit for such a game week, I think it will be better. So what's the best to use in game week 26? I think, in my opinion, I believe if at all you have your triple captain and bench boost, and when you look at your bench, guys who are going to play there are guys who are going to have a double game week, or if there is one and he has a nice fixture, then you can go ahead and bench boost. Because now if I take my example here at the Fantasy Fans Talk, I have West Ham players, that's Sushek, Antonio and Cresswell on my bench, meaning they are going to play against City. Why would I bench boost over guys who are going to play against City, and they are going to play City at home? I mean at home, yeah. So when you think about it, I don't think I really need to go for the bench boost. So like I said, it's us the managers who have to find the best way to line up for us to get the maximum for this double game week, because it's a game week we have to profit. If at all you can make 8 negatives and you feel like you have most of the players, because for me here at the Fantasy Fan Stock, I have 12 players who are going to be playing double game week. So if I can go ahead and make negatives, -8 to bring in the other 2 players, it means I will have all my team having a double game week. But if I don't want to go for that, I'll just remain with what I have and perhaps think of another chip. That's the triple captain. Here in this game week, like I said, I believe like it's the bench boost and triple captain that is best for us, unless, like I said, unless you have players that you believe. For example, Fulham had a double game week behind there, Burnley the same thing, but right now they are going to play hard teams. Chelsea, if you look at Chelsea is also having very hard teams. So in case you're in such a scenario, you can maybe go for a free hit in case you have it, or a wild card, because even if you leave in those players, trust me, the chances of them getting you points are going to be so low. So how best also I feel like we should get into this is having our triple captain. Yeah, I know it's a little bit risky when it comes to the triple captain. It's a chip that you have to use just once in a season, and it means a lot, meaning whatever the player is getting in the whole game week is multiplied by 3. So I feel like if at all you can trust a player, for example, Tottenham players like Son or Kane, you can triple captain one of them, because I mean they are playing Burnley and Fulham. He can make an assist in this and he scores in the other one, so that's already 10 points and you're already getting 30. It's already good for the game week. So Bruno Fernandes, if you look at Bruno Fernandes is playing Chelsea away, and we said, as we've already said, Bruno Fernandes performs very well when it comes to away games. These are two games on away. That's Crystal Palace and Chelsea. I know against Chelsea, since it's a new coach, the system is different, and we don't think Bruno Fernandes can just come and score them in any way. But he can get an action, maybe like one action in game week, in the first game, that's against Chelsea, and then maybe he can score a goal in another game week, in another game, that's against Crystal Palace. I know Crystal Palace gives a little, most of the time it gives hard time to Manchester United, but the Manchester United that we are all seeing right now is that Manchester which is really into scoring. If you look at Bruno Fernandes, he's a player that is always looking forward to scoring a goal very soon, or anything, making an assist. If you all watched the game yesterday, you saw the assist that was given to Bruno Fernandes, just a mere touch, and it was already an assist. Just a mere knock on Rashford, it gave Bruno Fernandes a penalty. So you can say the guy is lucky, but at the end of the day, he has the points. So if you triple captain him, if you go into Leicester and perhaps you want to triple captain Jimmy Vardy, though ever since he came back from the injury, he has only one action, but he can still score against Burnley. Yeah. The same thing goes to Manchester City. There are players in Manchester City like Gundogan is already on fire. Kevin De Bruyne, he's also on fire. Raheem Sterling, the same thing. You can go ahead and triple captain one of those players because they have West Ham at home, they have Wolves at home. I feel like this is one of the best fixtures where you can triple captain a Manchester City midfielder or striker and will get you points. If you look at Mohamed Salah against Sheffield and Chelsea, I don't know, but to some extent I'm also losing hope in Mohamed Salah, because every time I put my armband on him, he doesn't really perform. Yeah, he's been scoring a goal even when they lose, but again when I put in my armband on him, he didn't do anything and they lost at home. So the hopes I have in Mohamed Salah right now are a little bit decreasing. But if you can still trust him against Sheffield, which is a very defensive team, and Chelsea, defensive with a new coach, but if you can still trust him, you can go for him. Yeah, so I feel like that's what I have to say for this game week 26. Let us prepare on time. If at all you can wild card, bench boost, free hit, triple captain, but like I've said here, I feel like the free hit and rather the bench boost and the triple captain are the best chips to use in game week 26. So with that said, I wish you the best as we prepare for game week 26. Try to analyze, look at it the way I've looked at it here, and pick a leaf. Maybe we can get better. Then I also want to remind you that we are going to be uploading another video just looking at how we are performing for this game week and how we shall be lining up eventually when I make up my mind for what to go for in game week 26. We shall also be uploading that other video. So if you find the content interesting here, I just want to request you to subscribe to the channel and turn on your notification so that you don't miss out, because at the end of the day it also helps me, boosts me, and it gives me more courage to give us more nice content. With that said, I wish you the best.